Hello everyone, hi, welcome to episode 2 of Above the Fold. We started our first episode yesterday. It went pretty well, finished on a great episode, or a great issue here. So we're starting our next 3 issues, which will take the issue 4, 5 and 6. This will open the recent issues screen, because we have to publish at least 6 issues before we see this. So that will how would I say? Lost my freaking train of thought here already, and it's only actually even 30 seconds into the video, dude. But this will give us like a kind of a look back at like the previous week's worth of issues, and we can get a good kind of guide as to like what kind of way our audience is trending towards, and how well we've been performing. We've already got 17 letters after only 3 issues, so that's probably not really a great place to be. I can turn down the game music here a little bit. It's kind of a little bit loud and overbearing. Maybe it doesn't come through on the actual video feed, but I figure it's better to do that just to be on the safe side anyway. If only to make it more comfortable for myself than anyone else, really. Anyway, we're gonna get stuck into the meat of the game here once again. Alright, so everyone is on the lookout for news stories. Okay. We are looking for our crime person. You can do that. You've got history. You've got local news. Not really finding great, like, not really finding great, like, he's got sports. I have a feeling other better, like, better local news stuff will come up in due course if we just take a look around. That's an advertisement, we'll take that. That's an advertisement, we'll take that. Advertisements are important in this game because that's going to be like your primary source of money. Okay, that's a crime one. It is a little bit sensationalist, but it's a 3-star story. So I'm sure while they're probably not going to be happy to write it, because it's sensationalist and it'll probably reflect badly on them as a reporter, it does mean that, it doesn't mean like the quality of the story is still going to be good. The word count is still going to be high, which will fill up the space in my newspaper. So the less space that goes towards syndicated content, generally speaking, the better your issue is going to perform. Is looking for offbeat stuff as well as arts and culture. I'll give you that one. So everyone has got something that they like. I just need I need something better from local news, and I need something better from offbeat. Where's my crime person? That's an exclusive. I want you to get on that. It's arguably a much better story. Local news. Let's give you that one. Okay. The only person with a 1-star story here is this guy. He's on offbeat and arts and culture. But I don't think there's going to be a 2-star offbeat one. There doesn't. Oh, there's one. There we go. Alright, so we're just looking for 3-star stories now, as well as more commercials to sell. And there's one. It is a 30-day one, but we'll take it. Generally speaking, I don't like taking those long commercials. As I've said in the previous episode, there's another 3-star in the crime section. Let's give that to you. I know you don't really like me replacing your assignments, but it's a good assignment. I wouldn't replace it to you to give you a bad story, especially like last thing at night. Anyway, we're going to try and put this issue together. It's not going to be a great issue, is it? There we go. That's probably as good as it's going to get. Yeah, 4 stars is as good as it's going to get, really. Oops, it turns out one of the stories in the last issue had a major error in it. We will publish a correction and we'll own up to this. Okay, so we've experienced our first in-game event. There are many of these, but some of them are purely random, and some are tied to actual historic events, but most of them are triggered through your actions in the game. When an event gives you 2 options, your choice will impact the newspaper. The exact impact depends on your choice compared to your demo. Some events are chained together to form many storylines. These tend to have greater impact, often culminate with either a great reward or great punishment. Okay, so we had a bad issue there. Only 657 important score. 64 new people became subscribers, 46 were liberals, 18 were conservatives, 7 people cancelled. We didn't get any angry letters though, that's good. Yes, angry letters are the creep towards our game over state, so we don't want to be creeping up on that road. Content can mostly appeal to senior readers, followed by middle age. 60% was in-house, the rest was outsourced. Sorry, I'm recording this really late and I'm already freaking yawning. It's not really a good sign. I'm yawning when I'm playing a game that I'm supposed to be hyping up and supposed to be excited about. I guess I really should have recorded this a couple of hours ago when I was still fresh, but you know, one thing led to another and now I'm here. Alright, so we're going to the office management screen, and this is our office staff. So this is where we keep track of our staff reporters' moods, income and their interests. So, as you see, our reporters are pretty skilled. This is their like year of experience that they have. And then this is their mood. So Diane Davis is not really... She's not really in a very good mood. Compared to, say, Joe Nielsen, who just had a top story. So the people who have the top stories tend to be... They tend to be, like, up in terms of, like, the mood categories. Because, you know, you're giving them top billing in the newspaper, so they're pretty excited about it. So if people are kind of down in the mood, they do have a chance that they can up and quit your newspaper. That can happen. It hasn't happened to me yet. Not on Twitch or on here. But it can happen if their mood gets low enough. So she's kind of a bit low down. Now the good thing is that we already have someone else covering crime. Excuse me again, sorry, I'm so sorry. But arts and culture as a topic, we haven't unlocked it yet because our newspaper is not a high enough tier to cover those kind of stories. So, if she was lost, it wouldn't be a massive deal. The same with Vincent Wells actually. His offbeat stories don't tend to score really well. But anyway, we're gonna crack on here. We will look at upgrades at the end of this video. But for now, we're just going to crack on and get started with a new day. Okay, let's get our crime person on this for a 2-star story. Offbeat, 2-star story. We'll take that immediately. Thank you very much. Next. And we will continue the trawl for big stories. A couple of politically neutral ones. You've got nothing yet, so we'll give you that one. There's a commercial. We'll take that. He likes health and he likes history. None of those categories we have unlocked yet. So we're going to give that one the old hard no. It's our sports guy. Give you that one. This one's a little bit conservative based. So I'm kind of skeptical of that. No, this one says previously reported. See the red flag on there? It says previously reported. That means even though it has like a celebrity attached to it, the fact that it's previously reported means it's going to still score slightly less than it usually would. This guy's only topic that he's interested in is local news. Okay. We've got a crime breaking news here. We took the breaking news instead of the advertisement. Probably shouldn't have done it. Probably the right idea there. Because breaking news always scores well. If it's breaking news, that's a really good modifier. And you want to be the person who breaks that news. That's a special history insight. Let's give that one to you. It's a good 3-star story. That's an offbeat exclusive. And it's a 3-star. You can take that. That is there's a lot of exclusives around today. Now I should say that all of these stories that pop up, they're all entirely random. So like, if you play like the game enough, this is a little bit sensationalist, but it's like double the word count, and it's a 3-star story. It might be bad, but it might be kind of a bad modifier, but I'll still take it. Just for the sake of getting an extra 3-star story in the paper. That's another crime story that's breaking now. Let's give that one to you. Alright, 1-star stories we're not interested in. We can just right click to get rid of them. So that we're not constantly hovering them over on the map. 1-star. Now this local news guy, he's got nothing yet. We need to find him something. There we go. Give you a 2-star, so we can get rid of these 1-stars, so we're not constantly seeing them. Both our crime reporters are on 3-star stories, so that doesn't really do much for me. It's okay, that's a 1-star. We can get rid of you. It's almost time to publish. Coming up on 9 PM here, and you'll see here in the top left corner. Alright, let's get this one together. It's looking like another good issue. It's a 6-star issue. It is going to appeal mostly to seniors and adults. It does have a little bit of appeal in children and teenagers, which in the grand scheme of things doesn't really affect much these days, but not in the early days of your newspaper. But when you open up to like entertainment and arts and culture, you'll eventually see teenagers and children getting a more prominent hold in your subscription base. because you're covering more things that, you know, people that age would be interested in, like movie reviews and stuff, I guess. Anyway, a reporter for GNN corners you and wants to know more about your plan for running the newspaper. Will you stay true to what the paper used to represent, or completely reinvent it and say, accept the name? Oh my goodness, I really just shouldn't have recorded tonight. I'll be perfectly honest with you, that's like the third time I've yawned. Maybe even the fourth time. And yeah, we're just going to admit straight away that there is going to be a change. Because I've done this as well on my Twitch stream, but my rationale behind that thinking is, if it does change, people are going to be prepared for it. If I say that things aren't going to change when they are, and then they do, I'll be called a liar. So it's best to get them prepared for it, and then even if we do end up staying the same, it'll be a nice surprise rather than a bad one. Anyway, issue importance score 1616. 203 new subscribers, 41 are liberal and 162 are conservative. 14 cancellations. Leaned very conservative this issue. 84% of the content was in-house. That's very good, you'll love to see that. Got 18 ads running. 9 of them are ending soon. So the ones that are ending soon are these ones. So whenever they reach the final day, that is when we get our final payout. And then that will go into our finances. So you can see here that we have 32,346 on hand. So the overheads, those add up to negative 16,281. Our income adds up to roughly about 5,400, you could say. And then our advertisements are about 1,600. So we're still down about 10,000 a month. So we really need to be turning it around. We need to expand the subscriber base and run a lot more commercials. Otherwise we'll be running into serious financial trouble. We didn't get any angry letters today. That's amazing, to be perfectly honest with you. Let's take a look at our credibility. We're still mostly trusted with a rating of 41. Our reputation is independent reviews and reports. That's good to get. Our sensationalist piece that we run in our last page didn't really seem to take a kind of a significant effect on our reputation. So we're going to go on for another day. This will be issue 6, this will be the final issue of the video. As we run around and we keep trying to look for that perfect story. I just want to give him something, just so that, you know, I have something offbeat checked off. There's a 3-star in local news. Joe Nielsen, you're on it. Right off the bat. I'll give you that crime story as well. So 1-star in local. That's a 1-star in sports. That's a commercial. We're gonna take that. Oh, we've got a breaking offbeat that is 3 stars. That rarely ever happens. Now, remember, the plus signs on here means that it's a multi-day assignment. So this guy's story won't be ready for this issue, but it should be ready for the next one. This guy likes sports and local news, so I can give him like a local news story for now, because it doesn't look like there's been much in the line of sports issues or sports stories that have been really good. Oh, I spoke too soon. That is a 3-star one. It is a little politically conservative. However, it is the best one that it is the best story that we can offer him at this given moment in time. So we're still on the lookout for 3-star stories. Let's get rid of you, get rid of you. I'm just gonna keep that 2-star one on the map just in case. Those are 2 stars as well. Oh. I like me some advertisements. Give them to me, please. 1 star, 1 star, get rid, send them. It's like, no, not interested in covering your little Mickey Mouse stories. 2 star, that's a 1 star. That's a 1 star. Not interested. So far though, since I've learned that trick about right-clicking to get rid of bad stories, I haven't noticed whether that tends to respawn them quicker. History with trustworthy sources. Let's give that to you. A 2-star and sensationalist. No thanks. Lost out some stories over there. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like, maybe I'll not obviously notice it in time for this video, but perhaps if I notice it like happening more and more over time, then, you know, maybe I can like look into it further and it's like, is this something that I can do to like exploit the way the game is built by like forcing it to constantly spawn more stories by instantly rejecting bad ones the moment they pop up. Because that would be interesting if it worked like that. I don't think it does work like that, because I didn't notice a lot of new ones popping up here. It doesn't have a lot of appeal for teenagers and children. At this stage of the game, that doesn't happen anyway. But again, adult and senior seems to be the one that it seems to be the demographics that it really wants to pull in here. We only have 4 stories, remember, because one of them was an overnighter. Spokesperson for the homeless of Goodbury has written a nice letter thanking the Village Voice for its support. Now remember the last video we sponsored an advertisement for them to try and drive them some donations. So that's come across very good for us. GNN runs a segment about newspapers being a dying breed, and their own 24-hour TV coverage is the way of the future. They mention us in the piece as an example of print media struggle. It was no coincidence that one of the reporters recently bumped into you, it seems. We could request an appearance on their channel to defend the newspaper, or we can write an editorial without 24-hour news stations struggle with relevant content. GNN suggests that reinventing an existing newspaper is merely a risky marketing ploy that is likely to fail. Usually I've gone with the put me on TV option, but I'm going to go with scathing editorial this time just to see what happens. So, we've been through 6 issues. A low importance score there of 605. All of our new 46 subscribers are all conservative. 10 people cancelled, likely liberals, I'd imagine, given the slant of this issue. 4 angry letters received. Only 50% of the content was written in-house. We're going to read one of these angry letters here now, and we're going to do a little bit of a reaction to it. Hey, the Village Voice. The world needs to know the truth about you. Everyone working there must be over 80. Your priorities are all screwed up. Just who do you think you are? And no one cares about what you write. Good luck trying to catch up with the competition. Look. I don't know how you tried to format that second paragraph, but you need an editor. I'm an editor. Maybe I should send this letter back to you and show you the mistakes that you made, so that you can write something that makes sense. I'm just saying, Luke. I'm just saying. But yeah, if no one cares about what we write, why did you write a letter to us? Again, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So anyway, so this is the upgrade screen, which I guess is kind of what you would consider in a strategy game a tech tree. So these are level 1 upgrades that we can invest money in at the minute. So like stuff like entertainment, business, law enforcement, crime and stuff. That like gets us better sources, so that we get better stories generating out in the world on the day-to-day on the map screen. And other stuff like up the top here, like IT managers and like intern help with like morale, because our regular reporters don't have to work as hard, because they can like outsource some like data gathering stuff to them. Stock photography will make our stories look nicer in the paper, because they actually have like photos to go with the stories as well, and other stuff like that, like that there as well will have like other benefits to us as well. But again, obviously this stuff costs money, and I don't have the money right now. Then eventually, if you get later on in the tree, like you'll see like I can't research photographers until dedicated photographers until I research stock photography, and there's a lot of other ones that have like prerequisites here as well. So yeah, a lot of those kind of ones chain together, and you'll see like whatever ones you need to unlock the later ones highlighted. So you know kind of what way you want to kind of spec your newspaper into. So we can see our latest issues here, so you can see kind of how much we're progressing. It seems to be like every second issue seems to do really well with us gaining subscribers. But also you don't see like a very big gain here as well. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave the video off at tonight. Tomorrow we will do another 3 issues, and hopefully we'll record a little bit earlier, so that, you know, we don't sit here and yawn like crazy. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. There was a new series on the channel. We still plan to run Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays with this. If any of you have played this before and have any hints and tips that you want to drop in the comments, please do. I'm open. I'm all ears. I will gladly take your advice to hand. And hopefully I will see you for the next episode tomorrow, Thursday at 9 PM UK time. See you then. Take care.